Hello everyone, I'm G10 Steven. Today I'm here to introduce you to my educational toy, Beetlejuice. Before starting my introduction, I want to tell you about the problems that are appearing in the market right now. So I think that mostly students, while they're in middle school, I find them struggling learning about the periodic table and the elements. I think the main reason is they can't find it interesting, so they won't be eager to learn about it. In order to solve this problem, I think I will make a game to introduce them to elements while they're already very small. So before they go to middle school, they'll have some basic knowledge about the elements. So it will make their learning much easier and much quicker. But the problem is, in the market, there are almost no toys introducing and sharing kids about the knowledge of elements, because I think developers might think that element is too hard or too boring for kids, and it makes their play experience not as fun. So personally, I decided to design this Beetlejuice toy to introduce kids about the elements. So first, you'll look about this case. Here I wrote about my game name, and this part is called the Orion. And Orion is where Beetlejuice, which is a star, a red giant. Beetlejuice is located in the Orion. Okay, so now we look inside to the toy box. First, you will see my brochure, which is a brief introduction about my game, Beetlejuice. I tell you about what is inside the game and briefly how you will play the game. And next, you will see the instructional manual, but later on, you will read this and understand how to play this game through these detailed explanations. Now, this is my game board. This is my main game board, and later on, I'll explain to you how to play this game. And these are the elemental chips and the pawns, and there's an 8-sided dice inside for players to roll. Okay, so now I'll tell you about how the game works. So first, each player will have to choose a pawn, and they start off the board, and they'll roll a dice to decide who goes first. The one that rolls the biggest will go first, and they start here. And then when they roll, they move clockwise, and so if they roll 8, they move around the board. And then in order to progress into the next layer, they'll have to get the required elements written down here at fusion. And in order to get the elements, you'll have to land on the fusion parts. So, for example, you will need one collection of 2 heliums to move towards the next ring. And this works on the next ring too. They will require different amounts of elements each ring, and the way to win is to progress into the most inner layer, which is iron. And here are the elemental tokens, elemental chips, which represents the elements you have. And so if you get 1 helium token, you will take one and put it on your side, and that means you have 1. But anytime when a player lands on another player, the player that lands on the other player can decide to take away 1 token from the player he lands on. And so this is basically the game, and this game will educate you about how elements fuse and create a different element. And you can also learn about some brief information about Beetlejuice, which is a red giant, and how it turns into a supernova in the future. Okay, so this is the end of my game introduction. Thank you.